Hey everyone, I'm Gigi. Welcome to the G Experience, where today we will be doing Pilot Monday. I just wanted to say I'm appreciative of anybody who's following or looking at this video. Like or subscribe. You can get more updates on what's to come. Alright, so today I want to talk about a show called Money Heist, which I'm sure plenty of you have already seen, but I'm sure that there are other people who are reluctant to watch it. And I was one of those people at first. My significant other was actually watching it, and he kept playing that song over and over and over. And also, I was reluctant to watch it because it had a foreign language on the show. And so I was like, not a big fan of subtitles. It does have an English translation to it. But one of the things that I did find is that they weren't matching. The transcription and the translation in English were not matching. So that was a big letdown for me. So let me start off by saying I have gone past the first episode. I've actually caught up on all of the new episodes on Netflix so far. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. I'm just going to talk about the first episode and whether or not I think you should watch it. And in my opinion, I definitely think you guys should watch it. I think from the beginning it's very captivating. She wakes up with a gun in her hand, and so it's like, oh, what's going on? What's going to happen? But her name is Tokyo. She starts off and she's on the run because she did a previous heist, which she's on the run for, and her significant other got shot at and killed. So very unfortunate situation. But the gist of Money Heist is about a man named the Professor getting this group of people together so that they can do the biggest heist ever known to man. And so he gets a bunch of criminals, and a bunch of skilled criminals at that, who are like the best at what they do, and they execute this plan and they get it done. So what I really like about the show is there's a bunch of energy, there's a bunch of hype, there's a bunch of excitement because it's a heist. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy a good heist? Not actually getting caught up for one, but just being able to say you did it, and you also get that money if you're successful. So what they decided to do was rob the Royal Mint of Spain, which is a very big task. But the main character, the Professor, he took some time and developed this plan, and I love how meticulous he is in this show. There were three main characters who actually stood out to me during this, which one being Tokyo, two being the Professor, and the third person being Berlin. Tokyo is the person you see from the very beginning. I like that the creator and the director show that Tokyo has two different sides to her. She has this one side that's funny and that jokes around a lot and is very loving and innocent. And then there's this other side to where she takes care of business. She gets things done, and she's unapologetically her, and she's daring and she's bold. So I think that's what makes her so attractive, especially to one of the other characters, who I'm not going to tell you who. You'll have to watch to find out. But it just makes her an interesting character and focal point for the show. I think the Professor is very intelligent, very meticulous, like I said before, and very convincing. The director and the creator portray this heist not only as a solution to the criminals' money problems, but just as a story for the people, because we all know that there's a lot of government corruption and, just taking our money and using it for purposes other than what is needed, or delegating it to another government entity when it's not needed. So that's them taking back their power, not only for the criminals themselves, but for the people. And I think they did a good job at creating that narrative and also sticking to it and making sure that they weren't as aggressive. And then the third character who I really paid attention to was Berlin. He's the one who's done the most known Heist, and he's the man with the plan besides the professor. So the two of them came up with this together. Berlin is very sly. Another thing that I liked about Berlin is his tone of voice, his seductiveness. He is very like the professor. He's good at convincing people of doing what he wants them to do and helping them feel, safe and secure. And you see that from when they enter the Royal Mint. The depth they go into in these characters and their personality, and not just showing that, they're greedy criminals who want to take things for themselves. That's not what it is. I think they have a bigger vision and a bigger picture. Another thing that I like about the way they portray the characters is that you can see their emotion. You can almost feel their emotions with the music playing, and with like the professor. He was very anxious during the entire thing. Even though he thought this plan through, there's still some anxiety. There's some what ifs, so he's very nervous and wanting everything to go perfectly as planned. And so you feel that nervous energy through him pacing, through him like sweating, through him just moving fast. And not just him, I think there's some other people in there who have some doubts, and you can see that on their faces. So it's very, very relatable, and gets into the emotions very deep, I think. One final point that I wanted to make was that, like any other show, there's going to be a cliffhanger at the end of the first episode, because this is just an intro to who all the characters are, what the story is, what the plot is, what's going to happen. So it's just going to leave off foreshadowing, and I think it's a pretty good ending, because that is when there's the first sign that everything wasn't thought out, everything doesn't go to plan. I mean, that's life. And so Tokyo ends off saying, that they messed up. That's when she knew she messed up. And so it wasn't just her alone, but something really big happened in the first episode that has you excited to watch the rest of the season. So I think you should definitely check out this show. It's definitely worth watching. I think you'll definitely enjoy it. It's definitely exciting. It's definitely enticing. Like, you'll want to watch more of it. And it's actually fast-paced. There's so many different moving parts. Every character and every criminal that he recruited has their moving parts, so it's never like a dull moment. There's always something happening. So I think you will definitely enjoy it. Definitely check it out and tell me what you guys think. And going forward, after we do this pilot Monday, I'm going to just keep doing pilots. But if you guys want me to go in depth on another episode in the show, or you want an update, or there's something you want me to go over, just let me know and I'll make another video for you guys. I have no issue doing that. So, and also let me know what other shows you want me to do. All right, thank you guys for tuning in, and have a good day. Like and subscribe.